Bakit ito hindi pa nakakulong, hindi niyo pinapasok yung anak?
Our mission at that time, sir, is to deliver him to the
My God.
body
Kahit
who issued the
ano
warrant,
mangyari,
sir.
Nasa batas yan. Nasa batas yan, General. Dapat naman nagbigay kayo ng konting kortesiya o respeto man lang sa mga dating presidente. At ang sabi mo, hihilahin ko yan, hihilahin ko yan. Is that what you said, General Torre?
Eh sabi mo nga, ikaw na nag-admit forcefully. Ay talagang you used force. Eh bawal po yun. Eh, sabi nga ni Senator Jinggoy, hihilain mo pa.
Yes, ma'am.
Mga kabayan, kaliwat ka ng batikos mula sa mga senador at ilang grupo ang naging hakbang ng mga ahensya ng gobyerno ni PBBM matapos ipaaresto si dating Pangulong Duterte at ibigay ito sa kamay ng International Criminal Court o ICC. Isa si PNP General Nicolas Torre III ang nakatikim ng sermon at lantarang pagpapahiya matapos mag-trending ang kanyang video sa social media kung saan ay tila nag-astang arogante at hindi professional na pulis sa naging pag-aresto kay dating Pangulong Duterte. Ayon kay Senator Jinggoy Estrada, nakakahiya at nakakawalang respeto ang inasal ni General Torre bilang pinuno ng PNP arresting team.
Dapat naman nagbigay kayo ng konting kortesiya o respeto man lang sa mga dating presidente dahil naranasan namin yan. Nung kinulong po yung tatay ko, ganun din. So walang respeto ang mga pulis sa amin. Porket nawala na ba kami sa kapangyarihan, ganun na lang. Eh matanong ko naman siya, General, wag naman po sana mangyari, God forbid. Sa pag sinapit ng ni President, pag sumapit ng ganitong sitwasyon si Presidente Marcos, gagawin mo rin ba yun sa kanya? I hope not.
Dagdag pa ni Estrada, bakit hindi man lang pinayagan ni Torre ang hiling ni dating Pangulong Duterte na makausap man lang niya ang kanyang anak na abogada at Vice President na si Inday Sara Duterte bago siya sapilitang isakay sa eroplano at agad na ilipad papuntang Dahig, Netherlands.
Ang sabi ni PRRD, papasukin niyo yung anak ko. Abogada siya. At ang sinabi mo, hindi ko siya papapasukin. Why not, Gerald Torre?
That is a decision. That is a decision. That is my call, sir. That is my decision. Considering that he had already been assisted by 3 lawyers all throughout that time, sir. And gabi na ho yun, sir.
Dahil sa ginawang hakbang ng kampo ni Torre at iba pang ahensya ng gobyerno ni PBBM, umulan tuloy ng mga negatibo at galit na komento mula sa taong bayan ang ginawang tila pambabastos at panghaharas kay PRRD. Ayon sa ating mga kababayan, marahil ito anila ang turo ng kanilang Commander-in-Chief na si Pangulong Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr. kung saan ay lumalabas na siya ang mastermind sa pagpapaaresto kay Duterte. Samantala, pinagpapaliwanag naman ni VP Sara Duterte ang AFP kung bakit wala man lang silang ginawang aksyon habang dinadakip ng mga pulis ang kanyang tatay na dating Pangulo ng bansa.
Gusto ko na sumagot ang Armed Forces of the Philippines kung bakit nila pinayagan na mangyari ito. Because under the law, the Presidential Security Command is in charge of the security of former presidents. So bakit nila hinayaan na mangyari ito sa isang dating Pangulo ng ating bayan?
Ano ang masasabi mo dito, kabayan? Sang-ayon ka ba sa naging hakbang ng liderato ng PNP sa pangunguna ni General Torre sa ginawang panghaharas at walang respetong pag-aresto sa isang dating Pangulo ng bansa na si Tatay Digong? Sama-sama nating panuorin ang buong video at pakicomment nyo po ang inyong mga reaksyon at sariling opinyon. Pero bago yan, sa mga hindi pa po nakasubscribe sa ating channel na Kabayan News PH, pakipindot po ang subscribe button at pakiclick na rin ang notification bell para lagi kayong updated sa mga bagong upload natin na legit at napapanahong balita. Maraming pong salamat.
Hindi pa sigurado si Senador Amy Marcos kung masusundan pa ang pagdinig kaugnay ng pag-aresto kay dating Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte. Ayon sa presidential sister na siyang chairperson ng Committee on Foreign Relations na siyang nanguna sa investigasyon, nag-iisip pa siya kung magsasagawa ng pangalawang hearing sa issue.
kasi biglang maraming ibig magtestigo. Tignan natin kung kailan may time. Kaya hindi muna ako magsasalita o maghahatol dahil tuloy-tuloy pa po ang hearing. Hindi pa tayo sigurado kung magsasara na po tayo dahil marami pang nagbo-volunteer.
Tila hindi rin kumbinsido ang senadora sa paliwanag ng mga resource person na naimbitahan upang magbigay linaw sana sa nangyari. Sa ngayon, hindi pa umano sila nagkakausap ng kapatid na si Pangulong Ferdinand Marcos Jr. matapos ang pagsuko ng pamahalaan kay Duterte sa International Criminal Court.
Wala umanong red notice ang International Criminal Police Organization o Interpol para kay dating Pangulong Duterte. Sa pagdinig ng Senado, nabatid na hindi red notice kundi diffusion notice lang ang inilabas ng Interpol laban sa former president.
Pumasok sa database for unverified. Maliwanag siya, di ba?
Papaliwanag po na-
So, hindi po red notice ang natanggap, tama?
Diffusion po, a red diffusion. And more technical po, it's a wanted person diffusion.
Kinuwestiyon ng mga senador sa isinagawang pagdinig ng Senate Committee on Foreign Relations ang kawalan ng warrant of arrest mula sa lokal na korte sa pag-aresto kay dating Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte. Pinagpaliwanag din ng mga ito si Criminal Investigation and Detection Group Director Major General Nicolas Torre III sa pananakot at pagbabanta habang inaaresto ang dating Pangulo.
The warrant that came from the
Kaya nga, what
the
day
system.
na?
The next day is 12 po, 12.
So, hindi rin ninyo na ipakita kay Presidente Duterte. Bale tama si General Torre na warrantless arresto.
Naninindigan ang Philippine National Police na mayroon silang kopya ng warrant of arrest laban kay dating Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte mula sa International Criminal Court nang arestuhin ito. Subalit ang pamilya Duterte, maging ang dating Pangulo, wala daw nakitang kopya ng warrant of arrest kaya't hindi ito nabasa ng dating punong ehekutibo.
A former president was taken into custody without a valid warrant issued by a Philippine court without due process and without any legal basis under our laws.
On Section 14, ito, in all criminal prosecution, the accused shall be presumed innocent until contrary is proved and shall enjoy the right to be heard by himself and counsel. Ito importante, to be informed of the nature and cause of the accusation against him. Hindi alam ng lawyer niya, how do you expect him to run to court to get legal remedy?
Kaya naman kinuwestiyon ni Senate Committee on Foreign Relations Chairperson Senator Amy Marcos ang video ni Criminal Investigation and Detection Group Director Police Major General Nicolas Torre III na nagsasabing legal ang pag-aresto ng mga pulis kahit walang bitbit na warrant of arrest.
Dapat naman nagbigay kayo ng konting kortesiya o respeto man lang sa mga dating presidente dahil naranasan namin yan. Nung kinulong po yung tatay ko, ganun din. So walang respeto ang mga pulis sa amin. Porket nawala na ba kami sa kapangyarihan, ganun na lang. Eh matanong ko naman siya, General, wag naman po sana mangyari, God forbid. Sa pag sinapit ng ni President, pag sumapit ng ganitong sitwasyon si Presidente Marcos, gagawin mo rin ba yun sa kanya? I hope not.
Wala namang maikatwiran ang PNP kung bakit hindi pinapasok sa Villamor Air Base si Vice President Sara Duterte para makita ang dating Pangulo bilang abogado at kapamilya nito matapos ang ginawang pag-aresto.
Ang sabi ni PRRD, papasukin niyo yung anak ko. Abogada siya. At ang sinabi mo, hindi ko siya papapasukin. Why not, Gerald Torre?
That is a decision. That is my call, sir. That is my decision. Considering that he had already been assisted by 3 lawyers all throughout that time, sir. And gabi na ho yun, sir.
Sa kabila naman ng pagtanggi ng DILG na mayroon na silang advance info sa gagawing pag-aresto sa dating Pangulo. Inamin naman ni PNP Chief Police General Romel Francisco Marbil na naglabas sila ng memo para sa deployment ng mga pulis sa Davao simula March 11.
It was mainly because of the statements of the former president in Hong Kong that he said, in his words, ma'am, in Hong Kong, that I think you have a clip. He said that ang reading ko ay may ICC warrant of arrest na. That was the best of my recollection, ma'am.
Ma'am, tama po yan, no? Madam Chair, no?
Dumalo rin sa pagdinig ng Senado si Vice President Sara Duterte sa pamamagitan ng video conferencing. Humihingi siya ng paliwanag sa Armed Forces of the Philippines sa pananahimik nito sa pag-aresto kay dating Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte.
Gusto ko na sumagot ang Armed Forces of the Philippines kung bakit nila pinayagan na mangyari ito. Because under the law, the Presidential Security Command is in charge of the security of former presidents. So bakit nila hinayaan na mangyari ito sa isang dating Pangulo ng ating bayan?
Depensa naman ni Defense Secretary Gilberto Teodoro Jr. Nasa Villamor Air Base lamang sila para sumuporta sa Philippine National Police at bilang pagsunod sa mga proseso ay bahagi ng tungkulin ng Armed Forces alinsunod sa konstitusyon.
As we said, our jurisdiction ends in providing support to the Philippine National Police. And with respect to the Presidential Security Command, that is a highly secure unit, and operational security is strictly followed.
Now, since you've been asking the questions addressed to General Torre, may I ask General Torre, how did you think did you handle the arrest of former President Duterte properly?
Yes, sir. I do, sir. It's proper.
It was proper. But when I saw the video, it was really, for me as a citizen of this country, it was really unbelievable. It was a very, very big disappointment. Because I can relate, General. Because when we were arrested, way back 2001, together with my father, the same thing happened. All right, we were in the wee hours of the morning. We were the policemen barged in our hospital room at the Veterans Memorial Hospital. They were arresting us. They wanted us to be transferred to another detention cell because after the May 1 siege, at ano sabi ng mga police? Kalad ka rin na yan mga yan pag ayaw sumama. At the same time, when I saw the video, parang nag-flashback sa akin yung ginawa ng mga kapulisan ng araw sa amin. At ang sabi mo, hihilahin ko yan, hihilahin ko yan. Is that what you said, General Torre?
Sir, it's already all optics and tactics already because
No,
it's already.
I am asking you. Did you say that? Hihilahin ko, hihilahin ko.
Yes, sir. And I actually made good of it, sir.
No. What prompted you to say that?
Sir, I made good of it, sir. Sabi ko, sir, hihilain ko yan. And I went back to AS Medialdea, handcuff him.
Bakit mo nga sinasabi? You know, your statements based on the video may reflect the PNP as an institution. Baka sabihin lahat ng ating mga kababayan, ganyan pala yung mga pulis. So siya wala man lang respeto sa matanda, sa isang dating Pangulo. Ganon din ang ginawa sa amin eh. Can you justify why you said that hihilahin ko yan? Nakita ko si dating Pangulong Duterte, di naman lumalaban. What prompted you to say that?
Mr. Senator, respectfully, the threat of hihilahin ko na yan was not towards the president, the former president. It was ensued after a heated argument between his counsel and General Torre. In no way was the former president threatened with bodily harm.
Yes,
who was addressing the sinong sinasabihan ni General Torre? Was it the lawyer or was it the former President Duterte?
Lawyer, sir, Attorney Medialdea. And actually, sir, after that, I actually went back to him, placed handcuff on him after reading him his rights and arrested him for obstruction of justice. And after that, sir, I brought him to the bus and came back again and told Attorney Delgra he's next. And again, sir, I will reiterate with all all credits goes to the former president because after he saw that I'm already very, very serious in bringing him to the plane, he said, okay, let's go. And I told Romy, the PSG, to just escort him, and he went voluntarily to the bus that brought him to the plane.
Sisingit lang ako Senator Jinggoy. Kasi binabasa ko dito yung standard operating ng PNP. Ang liwaliwanag naman eh. No torture, no force, no violence, threat, intimidation, or other means to vitiate the free will to be used against the arrested person. Eh di the more so, yung mga kasamahan ng arestado. Eh sabi mo nga, ikaw na nag-admit forcefully. Eh talagang you used force. Eh bawal po yun.
Ma'am, it is, I placed E.S. Mijaldea under arrest for obstruction of justice.
Eh, sabi nga ni Senator Jinggoy, hihilain mo pa.
Yes, ma'am. I did because I have to get into their heads to make them to make it very, very clear to them that we are already very, very serious of loading the president to the plane.
General, pinapaliwanag mo, pero bawal ang paggagamit ng dahas, ng pananakot, ng intimidation, or any other means. Ano liwanag eh, nasa kapulisan yan eh.
Just to be clear, operationally, there was obstruction of justice. It was the decision call of General Torre to place him under arrest for obstruction of justice. Now let us separate what happened to the president.
You are talking about Attorney Medialdea.
Yes, ma'am.
Eh, paano yung iba?
No one else is armed, ma'am.
Yung attorney.
No, wait.
Yung abogado.
If I may, Senator Amy.
Yes.
Madam Chair.
Ayan.
Sino yung kinaladkad nung isang pulis?
Yung security na nakaitim.
I think it was General Torre na hinila yung isang abogado.
Dalawa yun eh. Yung abogado, hinila yung upuan, di ba? Tapos yung nakaitim na si Q, eh kinaladkad din.
Si Attorney Delgra, sir, because he is next to be arrested. And because of that, the president, former President PRRD saw that I'm already that serious. And he said, he prevented the situation from further deteriorating and escalating. So he said, let's go.
Isn't he entitled to a counsel of his choice, General?
Yes, sir. For 12 hours, he was there.
Oh. Can't he speak to his client? Bigla niyo na lang...
they are there for 12 hours, sir, speaking to each other.
Ano?
They are there for 12 hours, speaking to each other, sir.
One more thing that I noticed in the video, no? Ang sabi ni PRRD, papasukin niyo yung anak ko. Abogada siya. At ang sinabi mo, hindi ko siya papapasukin. Why not, General Torre?
That is a decision. That is my call, sir. That is my decision. Considering that he had already been assisted by 3 lawyers all throughout that time, sir. And gabi na ho yun, sir. The request was made at around mga 9 o'clock na, sir. 11 hours after the first arrest.
Tanggalin mo na yung titulo ni Inday Sara. Kalimutan mo na siya na Vice President siya. Pagpalagay natin hindi siya Vice President. She is an immediate member of the family. Nung kami po ay nakakulong, ang immediate members of the family, 24 hours pwede bumisita sa amin, nakakulong kami. Eh ito hindi pa nakakulong. Anak ito. Bakit hindi niyo pinapasok?
Maliban doon, is this not a violation of RA 7438 that requires that you guarantee access to an attorney in addition to the immediate family? The President also said na yung anak niya, yung babae, abogado ko yun, papasukin nyo. Hindi nyo pinapasok. Eh, abogado yun eh.
Actually, sir, first to answer the question of Senator Estrada, sir. I have told the President that they can visit him at his detention facility because at this time the order of the day is to load him into a plane. So that's what we endeavored to do, and that's what happened, sir.
Ano niya bibisitahin yung tatay niya sa Netherlands? Hindi naman dito tinray eh. Hindi naman dito kinasuhan eh. Sa ibang bansa eh. Oh. Bakit hindi niyo man lang binigyan ng kortesiya yung anak na isang abogada na magkukonsulta? Katulad nga na sinabi ko kanina, yung mga nakakulong nga, 24 hours pwede bumisita ang immediate members of the family. Bakit ito hindi pa nakakulong, hindi niyo pinapasok yung anak?
Our mission at that time, sir, is to deliver him to the
My God.
body
Kahit
who issued the
ano
warrant,
mangyari,
sir.
Nasa batas yan. Nasa batas yan, General. Immediate members of the family, lawyers, priests, etc., etc. I should know. Nanggaling ako dyan. Tapos ito, hindi naman nakakulong. Again, I am not defending President Duterte. I'm just explaining the rights of an accused. Because naging akusado rin ako. And I don't want that to happen to anybody else. Dapat naman nagbigay kayo ng konting kortesiya o respeto man lang sa mga dating presidente dahil naranasan namin yan. Nung kinulong po yung tatay ko, ganun din. So walang respeto ang mga pulis sa amin. Porket nawala ba kami sa kapangyarihan, ganun na lang. Matanong ko naman sa'yo, General, wag naman po sana mangyari, God forbid, sa pag sinapit ng ni President, pag sumapit ng ganitong sitwasyon si Presidente Marcos, gagawin mo rin ba yon sa kanya? I hope not.
Ang liwanag po ng batas, kung ma-follow up ko lang si Senator Jinggoy, tama po siya. Hindi lang yung immediate family, medical doctor, pare or religious minister, any national non-government organization, ang CHR, international non-government accredited by the Office of the President. Lahat yan may access, pero pinagbawalan ninyo. On 2 counts, immediate family na, abogado pa niya. Bakit ganun?
Ma'am, I think that's sub judice. I think we should be wary of many of the things we were mentioning
Bakit
here.
po naging sub judice yun?
Ito kasi, habeas corpus po ang petition. So everything about the arrest will be asked by the Supreme Court.
Kanina pa natin
kung pwede ho.
pinag-uusapan yung aresto.
Pero I think that we're just passing, parang lumalapas na po tayo sa boundary.
Senator Jinggoy, pa?
Ang sinasabi ko lang, the manner on how the former president was arrested, because ayoko naman mangyari sa darating na panahon na magkakaroon naman tayo ng ganyan. Sana makapagbigay lang ng korting kortesiya man lang, nakausapin yung mga abogado, pero nakausapin yung mga members ng immediate family niya, sana naman binigyan niya ng pagkakataon. Kaso mo, nung nakiusap si dating Pangulong Duterte na papasukin yung kanyang anak na abogada, tanggalin mo na hindi siya, na vice-presidente siya. Abogada at anak niya, member na immediate family, sana naman lang binigyan niya ng pagkakataon. Makita niya yung tatay niya bago niyo siya isinakay sa plano. Yun lang naman yung sa akin. Masakit. Ako, isang anak na meron din akong tatay na ginanon ninyo. Masakit para sa akin.
Pakipaliwanag din. Maraming salamat, Senator Jinggoy. Marami tayong pinagdaanan, kapatid. Kaya't eto nga, talagang dinudibdib natin
Madam Chair,
ito. Yes,
kay
Secretary
V-
John Vic lang po.
kay Vicky